Hi everybody. So sorry that I couldn't get this posted yesterday. I've been sick for several days and I finally got the care that I needed yesterday and the medicine. So it knocked me out pretty well most of the day yesterday and I had a rough day, but I'm better today. And so I'm able to respond to the 6 questions. So, what did I like about the passage? The last half of chapter 9. I loved the story of the hemorrhaging woman, the bleeding woman. If you compile the other gospels together, it's such a beautiful story of faith, and that she knew, based on what she had been taught in the Old Testament, that if you touch the hem of a priest's garment, there was power to heal. And so she recognized something in Jesus that she believed in, and she just knew that if she could just get to him, that she would be okay. And so often I know that that's how I feel. If I can just get to Jesus, I know everything's going to be okay. I love that with the blind men, they were healed according to their faith, the measure of their faith. So that's cool that both of them regained their sight. And so I just love these stories that the faith of the people are so intertwined with God's healing. And so it's really neat to see faith in action. What did I not like about the passage? I never really understand why Jesus doesn't want some things told, some of the miracles told. He sternly warned them not to tell. And so I just think there's a lot that I don't understand about God's timing, the plan that they were carrying out on earth according to what the Father said to do. And so there is something very specific that Jesus wants done. And so I just don't know much about that, and I want to know more. What does it say about God? He is willing to heal, and he is willing to reach and touch people that nobody ever wanted to heal or to reach. And so we saw that with the lepers. He touched him. That's just, humanly speaking, that's not good. I mean, that's not safe, right? And so he was willing to touch them and heal them where nobody else will. Same with the bleeding woman. By Levitical law, she was to be, if she were bleeding, any bleeding woman was set apart from society for that amount of time, because there's something about blood and the discharge of blood that is unclean. And so this poor woman had been in this condition for years, and yet she touched Jesus. And when you compile all those gospel stories together, it's just a beautiful meeting between Jesus and this woman that really nobody was willing to be around for years. What does it say about man? Well, it says that our faith is really intertwined with a lot of physical healing. And I'm not sure about all of the ways in which some heal and some don't heal, but I do know that some is connected with faith, and that's exciting. Another is that we don't listen. I mean, the blind men went off and told everybody. They did not listen to Jesus. So it also says that we don't always listen to Jesus when he tells us to. How do I apply this to me? Well, I love, this goes back to part of what I love about this chapter, is that Jesus looked upon the crowd and he had compassion on them because they were like sheep without a shepherd. I love that compassion. He was moved to help them because they didn't understand the things of God. And so how do I apply that to me is that when we've been given things of God, when we've been given understanding about his word, we can give that away, and that is help. That's compassion. It's not always understood, and sometimes it feels opposite, and it should, because it's holy, but it's good, it's healthy, it's upright, it's what's right according to God, and we all need that. And so I love that we get to be engaged with Jesus having compassion on the world when we share his word. And then also it says, beseech the Lord of the harvest to send out workers in the harvest, because there's so many people that need to hear about God's good news. And so I love, that's an active way that I can pray every day, that I can beseech God to send out more and more help and more workers to share with the world this good news that will save their lives and help their lives here on earth. And so I love being involved in the compassion of Christ. And then who am I going to tell? Same thing. There's a lot of people that need to hear God's words of truth and the ways in which he loved and helped people, the ways in which he loved and helped the people that were the most desperate and the worst off, and the ones that culture and society really shunned and really set aside. He didn't set anybody aside. There's nobody too lowly. There's nobody too lost. There's nobody too twisted up in dark, demonic things. There's nobody from any region of the world that's outside of his family, outside of him being willing to reach into their world. And so I feel like there's a lot of people that need to hear that. And so I hope I get to share that too. So thank you for joining me. I apologize for being late. Life happens. I got sick, but I'm getting better. And today I actually already had Bible study with my ladies from Charlotte. And so I already have answers ready to go. I just have to get it recorded. So I'll be back with the reading of Matthew 10 and the answers to the 6 questions from my Bible study. Thank you guys. I'll see you soon.